Hey, how are you? It's Graham Martin. I'm the recruitment guy. You know, when you hear a story and you think that just can't be true. Well, this one really is true. You can check it out on Google. It's easy to find. So this is the story that was reported over the weekend of an individual who was offered an internship. So this is a non-paid for appointment, but nonetheless very, very important. And this individual got an internship at NASA. Imagine that, you know, the guys that put the people on the moon, the space shuttle, the space station, so the world's #1 space organization. So the individual applied and got the opportunity to work and accepted at NASA to start in September, autumn, or the fall, of course, for our colonial friends in America, and reported on Twitter how excited she was that she was offered this position, and super fantastic. And somebody kind of made a little bit of a comment, and she came back with a retort that was, well, let's just put it this way, it's not the kind of language that you'd want your grandma to hear from you or to see that you've typed. And then another individual said language, at which this point the individual in question then responded to the person who said language, as in mind your language, a bunch of expletives that basically said, look, you know, never mind you, look at me, I'm the person that's at NASA. The individual that she responded to said, actually, I work at NASA, I'm a senior administrator within the department you'll be working at the same location. Well, guess what happened? Her offer was withdrawn by NASA. Now, it wasn't necessarily the individual who'd actually said language that withdrew it, and it came out later that they did actually, she did apologize to him and said very sorry and so forth, and he said, look, you know, it wasn't about me. But clearly people in NASA were watching that series of tweets. If you think that NASA wouldn't have people looking at any tweet, any social media feed that relates to NASA, particularly employment, well, you know, you got to be kidding. Big Brother's watching, they're looking at you. Every time that you say something about a company, boom, it's there for them to see, as well as your friends and your contacts. Now, as it turned out, the individual who'd said language then went on to have a conversation with the individual and has offered to help her find a job, not in NASA, but maybe another organization. But the message has to be, you know what, just watch what you put on Twitter and other social media feeds and anything at all where it's up there for good. Once it's up there, it's really, really hard to take it down, isn't it? I know that, you know, we think we've deleted it, but it's still there and people can still grab hold of these things. So my message to you is that whether you're offered an internship or a permanent placement or a temporary role or anything at all where you are commenting about a company that you hope to work at, just be very, very careful. In fact, I would suggest that you don't at all. This individual might have said, hey, I got this really great internship, thank you for my friends and my family, and that's about it. They could have said NASA as long as they didn't start to get a little bit fruity in their language. So there we go. For me, my advice is, if you're going to tweet, make sure you say nice things and you don't engage with anybody, because you just never might not know who's actually watching you. Not just Twitter, all social media. That's it for me, Graham Martin. My top tip for today: be careful with your P's and Q's. Bye for now.